Hey everybody, welcome to the Dark Souls 2 Let's Play. The Skull and the First Sin update came out not that long ago, and Bloodborne's coming out in, well, today's Friday, so it's probably, this video probably isn't going to be coming out till like even closer to release, but hey, you know, it's less than a week till Bloodborne's out, so that's cool. And yeah, I figured why not at least get the Dark Souls 2 Let's Play done and put on the channel before that comes out, and maybe, hey, we'll have them both coming out side by side. That'd be pretty sweet, because, you know, I'm not gonna have an entire Let's Play shoved in the course of like just a couple of days. Either way, it's 2 cutscenes towards the start of the game. I'll be quiet for both of them. After that, though, we're smooth sailing in terms of commentary constantly going on and what have you. So yeah, enjoy the cutscene.
Perhaps you've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Perhaps you're familiar? No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
Alright. Cutscene's over, I can talk. And somehow you're not... Well, I mean, you probably did die from falling down, because, you know, you're undead, you just come back to life. But, yeah. But, yeah. Dark Souls 2. Mechanically, I would say it's better than Dark Souls 1, but from a story and lore perspective, it's lacking, for sure. Especially world design, for sure. Mechanically, though, I think you can easily argue it's better. There's a lot of improvements to control and how the movement feels and such. But yeah, which is the main reason why I play this way more than Dark Souls 1, because I usually like the PvP. You know, story and stuff like that doesn't matter for PvP. Just go down here and grab this thing, get some small, smooth and silky stones, and we're gonna have the other cutscene. But after this cutscene, no more cutscenes. Here we go.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
Oh, here we go. Alright. Gotta get my keyboard out of the completely terrible place it is because I had to make room for the mic. And type that. No, I need that to be capital. Come on. Apologies if it's kind of loud. The typing. There we go. Yeah, I'll just be crazy, Mike. Why not?
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Alright, now here's the part where we choose what all our stuff is. Alright, we won't select the class yet because it's a lot easier to customize your character when they're not wearing bulky ass armor. You can actually see what you're changing. So, body, we're gonna be a dude. We're gonna go with, let's see, I think we're just gonna go with the average one. We're gonna make him a little bit more muscular though. Face-wise, I don't want to spend too much time here, so besides, I actually usually don't, because when it comes to making a guy, usually all I want to change is the nose and the hair, and just the hair color usually. So here, I think it's under shape, non-relative nose size. It's maybe it's the second one. Nope. Oh wait, it's nose. Okay, I didn't see this before. Okay, I think it's tip height that changes it. Yeah. Alright, that's good. That's all we really want to do. Other than, maybe some beard action. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, we'll just get him a nice little goatee here. Let's get this dark brown hair. That'll work. That'll work nicely. Need to actually change his hair though, because right now it just looks ridiculous. Hair color, bada bing, bada boom. Eyebrow color. That's something I feel like people might like easily overlook. And yeah, let's change the eye color as well. We'll have to get more nitty gritty with this because there's no good blue eye color. There we go. And that's basically gonna be it. Yeah, keep it nice and simple. Don't want a warrior. We might make a knight, but I think we're gonna go with the cleric. Yeah, we're gonna go with the cleric. Alright, we're obviously not gonna be going super heavy duty cleric stuff. Actually, what was the knight's intellect? It was like 3, eh? Maybe we'll start with the knight. Let me see. I'm just gonna quickly look at the stats, see what it's actually wasted. Nothing is really wasted with that. Well, no, because we don't need adaptability, because we're gonna have attunement. Alright, yeah, so we'll go cleric. Because nothing is really wasted on this one, except for, we might also bump up intellect a bit as well. We might eventually go dark magic. Either way, gift, we're going to get a petrified something. Also, this Let's Play is kind of assuming that you know at least a bit about Dark Souls, so apologies if I don't really explain that much, or as much as I should. Either way, finalized creation. I mean, I probably will explain a lot of stuff,
All
but, you
people
know.
come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Well, joke's on her, because I've actually done a No Death, No Bonfire playthrough, so I have gone through the game without losing any of my souls. So, suck on that. And that run is on my channel, so feel free to check that out. I streamed it live. It was in offline mode. Also, I've noticed that when you push some buttons, when you're entering your name, it'll put on like these little, like, if you noticed below the stamina bar before I got rid of it, there was 2 symbols. There's like auto block, auto sprint, or something like that. When you enter your name, the buttons that you push when entering your name will actually toggle those on if you hit the right buttons, which is really weird. I remember when I first started playing and I named my first character Crazy Mike, I was thinking like, why is my guy always blocking? Just always. Either way, let's get going. No time to lose. These episodes aren't going to be super long each time, so... This one's obviously going to be the most cutscene heavy, because this is basically all, other than like boss introduction things, this is basically all the cutscenes. And maybe like a few area transition things, you know. But yeah, and we just want to go this way. We're gonna skip the rest of the like little tutorial zones here, but this one you can get a free little dagger from, which isn't that big of a deal. But you also unlock the crows if you go up this way, because you know you have to go up here to get to them, and you can kick down a ladder so you can get back to them nice and easy. And you can trade stuff. And I have my petrified something, which you can trade. I don't know why I missed. But yeah, so we're gonna trade that immediately. hopefully we'll get the white ring. Because that's really the only thing I ever want from the crows is the white ring. Just because that's such a goofy item. I love it. You know, just fake people out if they don't pay attention to what your name is. Or if you get a friend that makes a character with the same name. They can wear their ring that makes them look human now, because that's a thing now, ever since the 3rd DLC. And you can just, like, stand off to the side. And they be like, oh, that's him, let me go attack him. And then they kill him and they're like, oh, what the heck? And then you reveal that you've been a barrel the whole time and you just backstab him. It'd be great. And then we're going to leave this on the ground. We're also going to leave this on the ground, because we don't care about either of them. Alright. What is this? Titanite slab! That's a fantastic thing to just immediately get. That's super beneficial in the long run. It won't be beneficial for us right away, and I don't really care about that item up there. I think it's just like a soul or something. But yeah, later on, when we're upgrading stuff, we're gonna be like, dang, I sure am glad I have this extra Titanite slab. Alright. Also, the only thing we have as a cleric is like this. Actually, wait, no, we do have other armor. It's just not on. It's the imported stuff that we started with. Might as well put it on. I mean, we still stay below 50%. I know that the fast roll is at 70% or less, but you gain, if my understanding is correct, you get the most distance added onto your roll at when you get it at or below 50%. So I like to try to keep it there. It's great for PvP purposes. Anyone who's done PvP for a long time knows that if you try to roll away from somebody in PvP and you don't really have like a really long distance roll, you'll notice that they can just kind of run up to you as you're rolling and get a backstab off of it. So always try to get less than 50% if you can. Either way, here's a bonfire. Let's light it. But yeah, these Dark Souls episodes, I'm also kind of doing it. Full disclosure, I'm doing these before, you know, like the week before Bloodborne comes out. They might not be posted the week before Bloodborne comes out, but you know, I'm started recording the week beforehand. But full disclosure, half the reason I'm doing it is also I'm skipping this guy's dialogue. He's just like, oh, you're fucking here, everything is hopeless. You need help, here are blue sentinels. But yeah, we're gonna skip that so we can join the Covenant. Here it comes. Yes. But yeah, half the reason I'm doing this recording is so I can also get used to using my editing software, because I actually want to use that for videos from this point on. Yeah, I want to, you know, I want to put even more effort into it. I have less time than I've ever had, what with my job and stuff like that, but I still want to put more and more effort into these things. Because if you're going to do something, you got to do it to the best of your ability. I mean, you don't gotta, but I believe most people would tell you that you should. And I'm in that gigantic group of people that consist of almost literally everybody. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, sure you'll probably notice, like, I'm assuming I'm gonna be editing all these. I'd be disappointed in myself if I didn't, but you know, I'm assuming you see like the green border. You know, it's a branding thing. I don't fucking, oh, branding, what is this fucking guy talking about? And for those who, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what I mean by branding, but in case anyone doesn't, branding essentially means that you can easily identify that you're watching one of my videos and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, you see the green border and you're like, oh, I'm watching Crazy Mike. That's cool. A lot of other channels have it. Continue Show has like their purple thing and like their red thing. Game Grumps has their thing, you know. It's becoming a lot more common, and I figure, well, why not? I don't see anyone ever using green ever, so I might as well just fucking snatch that color up. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. I had like an air bubble in my mouth. I ended up like pushing my tongue down, and it just made like a little sound or something like that. I don't think you heard it on the mic, but I grossed myself out with it. Estus flashlight. In case anyone doesn't know, I'm just going around Majula collecting all the random little things that are nice to collect before starting the game, like the Estus flash shard, because you know you need Estus flash shards to get more Estus flasks. Also, let's call on this blue seal, because in addition to allowing you, oh wait, no, actually you don't need it to summon help for people anymore. You used to, but
are you or merely a bearer?
I'm gonna skip this. Jesus busy, you know, introduction stuff. Here, have an Estus flask. But in addition, before you would allow you to summon help. But in addition to that, it also gives you HP, so it's still worth running for the HP if you just start the game.
You won't.
I should stop talking
Seek those who... There's... What?
as I talk to NPCs.
Just how...
Alright, I can't level up at all, can I? No. Alright. I kind of want to, though, just like once, so I can... It's just once you have to do it to... Actually, no, I don't really care about two-handing the mace just yet, because I'm going to be using a long sword anyway. Or will I? Ooh, now I don't know. Either way, let's just move on. First episode's going to be longer on account of all the cutscenes at the start. So apologies if you prefer these super long episodes, but it's not going to happen, I'm sorry. I mean, I could, you never know what's going to happen. I might lose track of time. But what with the job and all that stuff taking up a lot of time, I can't really make the longer episodes I used to make that were always like 30 to 40 minutes long, and be able to actually keep be able to keep enough videos to be able to update them to put a new one up every day. So I gotta make some bit shorter videos, typically, especially if I want to have multiple series going on at the same time, which I do. Maybe not immediately, because I'm sure a few of these episodes are going to be out before Bloodborne episodes start coming out, but, you know, and I also want to do other things. Although I can't imagine I'm doing other things at first, because the second Bloodborne comes out, I'm going to be, like, playing that exclusively for a very long time. But you get it. I want to have more stuff going on. Can't spend tons of time on one particular thing as a result. But enough about me talking about channel stuff. That's boring stuff. You don't want to know about that. You want to know about this undead guy? His name's Frank. He comes from He's from Pennsylvania. That's his brother Franklin, twin brother. Don't know why they essentially gave them essentially the same name. But you know, they're from Pennsylvania. Their favorite football team is actually the Miami Dolphins, which causes a lot of stress on their family because they're all big football fans. And like, how can you like the Miami Dolphins? We're not even our home team of, I don't know football, so I don't know. I know enough about football to know that it's what they call soccer, and everybody gets mad about which one should be called football for no real reason. But it's okay, the Frank family isn't arguing about football anymore because they're all dead. I just killed them. So we're good. Another happy ending. Thanks to Crazy Mike. I tried to like put my weapon... I tried to like one-hand my weapon to quote-unquote raise a shield, but I don't have a shield. Wait, I do have a shield. I just, you know, because I got DLC stuff. Or not DLC, pre-order stuff. And you know what? I don't even care about putting it on. I'll do it shamelessly. I don't care. Who cares? Why would it bother you, you know? It's not like I'm doing soul level 1 invasions and using this shield as a means to give myself some kind of advantage over the other players that select cleric and whatever. I'm not even using it half the time though, because I have to two-hand my weapon just to meet the minimum stat requirements. Hey, thanks. Whoa! One thing we need to make sure we do is get our agility up, I think, like 1 point. Because I'm pretty sure with the clerics, and I actually only recently found this out, but apparently like the clerics base agility of 85, yeah. When you get it to 86, you gain like 3 more, like normally you would only gain 1 frame of invulnerability at a time, but with cleric, when you go to 86 agility, because apparently 85 is like the lowest it can possibly be on any character, but when you get to 86, you gain 3 additional points, 3 additional invulnerability frames, which is huge. You're almost doubling the amount of invulnerability frames you get right off the bat. No, wait, we're not going to attack him yet. We need to get this guy up here. There we go. So yeah, it's really important. Like, obviously I want to also get the stats to use a longsword as soon as possible, but at the same time, yeah, getting 3 points of, 3 frames of vulnerability is nothing like it. It doesn't seem like much. Like, oh, 3 frames, whatever. 3 frames. Actually, I guess on console, 3 frames would be 1/10 of a second, which is, it doesn't sound like much, but in terms of like dodging, that's actually a lot, man. But I guess on PC, since it's, I mean, I don't think the amount of frames actually changed. I believe all the frame statistics are based on 60 frames per second, so it would actually be 1/20th of a second, not 1/10th. Although I could be wrong. But yeah, video is gonna go in 30 frames per second though. I mean, on YouTube, not from my view though. The reason for that is there's a lot less complications with editing, because I've been experimenting with my editing software. I've been trying to self-teach, and I've self-taught myself, I think, enough to get videos done, for sure. I definitely want to learn how to do it for the sake of Bloodborne when that comes out, but the main thing, oh god, why? The main thing is, the reason why I do 30 frames per second is there's less chance of complications in terms of audio. Because what happens is, like, apparently with, like, and I also recently found this out too. Remember, I've been, like, self-teaching myself a lot of things. But, lots of video editing things, does not, like, just take the video file and play it like a video on the editing thing. It just takes all the individual frames and puts that in there to be edited like that, you know. So if you have, like, if you have a frame rate drop in your video, like if I was doing 60 frames per second and it dropped a bit to like 30 for like a few moments, that could throw off the audio a bit. Not too much, but if it happens multiple times throughout the course of the video, it can kind of throw a lot of shit off. At least that's to my understanding. That's how it sounded like it was being explained to me. So I figured I'd go to 30, because it's very unlikely that if I ever do have a frame rate dip in Dark Souls 2 that it'll go below 30. So, yeah. There's your reason. If I was super, like, advanced at video editing, I'd probably do it at 60 anyway, and just, you know, fix it as it happens, but I'm not, so, you know. One day I will be. And frankly, going 30 to 60 doesn't make a huge difference in terms of watching quality. It makes a huge difference in terms of play quality, for sure. But when you're just watching somebody, it's not too big of a deal from my experience, you know. I know that I barely even take notice whenever, I mean, like, I'll notice it, but I'll barely ever care if it goes from 30 to 60. I don't want to assume that everyone feels the same way as me, but I think I can safely assume that they won't get upset about it. And, you know. But yeah. Oh jeez. Bash right in the face. No, I don't want to. Don't swing at somebody as they're dying. That makes your weapon degrade much quicker for some reason. That's actually the thing. If you swing your weapon through somebody who is in the middle of dying, you will get a lot of weapon degradation. Well, I mean, it's not a lot. It's just you get significantly more than you would if you hit a living person, oddly enough. But, yeah. So. Oh god, no! This guy with the halberd is dead. Alright, let's go in here. Oh, I thought the door was there. It's actually over here. Alright, so that'll end it for this episode. Next time, we're going to continue through this spooky area, and we're also going to go make a little side trip to get a special weapon. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one. I'll probably also level up. But yeah, goodbye, everybody.